Hello, welcome to F1 2021 ranked mode at a very wet Portimao starting P2 and getting a much better launch than the car in front, so able to take the lead pretty quickly. So now going into turn 1, taking the apex and having a pretty decent run through here, which could be difficult in the rain right after the start. So the red car behind me already looking if he can get by me. And during the one-shot qualifying, I very much got lucky with that P2 because the rest was disqualified or just had a mistake somewhere in the lap. So there are plenty of cars behind me that are faster. Exiting the hairpin and very difficult on traction, getting a lot of wheel spin, as you can hear. But still nicely through this section of the track. Now the red car behind me, again looking for a way to get by, but I can keep him behind me. To overtake someone in that turn is very difficult in the dry, now let alone in the wet, of course. Now approaching the very difficult braking zone, you don't know where to brake. And this track is just really brilliant. It's like a roller coaster, and it's very challenging and also pretty satisfying with these apex curves. Now for the next turn, it's pretty difficult to actually know when to turn in because it's such a wide section of the track. I don't exactly know where to position my car, but I just do it on feeling. Now coming up to the last turn, that's easy flat in the dry, but I didn't know when to turn in and I really got lost there for a second. I'm back on track. I didn't lose the lead, luckily. I thought I was gonna lose the lead, but as you can see, the car behind me actually spun on his own. Maybe it was partly because of me, but he spun. But I'm still in the lead. Now about to attack turn 1. And very well within the track limits, which is nice. So there's this yellow car behind me. And by actually taking the next apex, I can just kind of block him off. So I can hold on to the lead. I can nicely deploy some ERS on the straight here. Because I'm saving a lot of ERS, of course, because of the rain. Very gently out of the hairpin once again. Now funny thing is these LEDs actually show you the wheel spin, which is kind of cool. Now the yellow car again pretty quickly through the section as you can see him approach me. And he's gonna try it in this uphill hairpin. And because I have a little bit of a correction, I kind of block him off. And now into the roller coaster section. I really miss my braking point and go a little bit wide. But I can still hold the yellow car off, which is great. Now through this section, nice and tidy. Which I'm surprised how tidy I am in that section. It's pretty fun to see. Okay, now taking the final turn, still not flat. I'm not sure if it's possible flat. Maybe with a different setup, but I didn't want to risk that, of course, because I'm in the lead still, even though the car in P3 is faster, apparently. And taking that turn 1 is very fun. You can take a lot of speed with you. Driving a defending line, locking up a little bit. And again, able to defend with an early turn in. So these guys behind me are having a battle of their own. So one of them is not all over me, which is good. So the yellow car again close at the uphill hairpin. And again trying it, but he cannot make it work. It's just impossible, really. A little bit later having some trouble on the brakes, as you can see, going wide again. But can hold the lead still. I did actually most things well in this race, which usually I don't, but that's why I love to show this. And again at the final turn, very nervous steering and going into lap 4. So because the guys behind me were having a battle, I was able to pull a gap of around a second. And that gave me some breathing room. Maybe a little bit too much breathing room, because in this turn I go way too wide. But able to keep my position because I had a little bit of a gap, luckily. Into lap 5, turn 1. Pink car has cut up a little bit. So I just have to concentrate for one more lap. And you just gotta be so concentrated on one of these races with the rain. I mean, in dry races you should be concentrated, but even more so in the rain, of course. And the pressure had been on the entire race almost. So it was pretty tricky with these conditions. You know, I could afford little mistakes, like going wide, just a tiny luck up, but not much more than that. But the rain does help me keep my position, because there's no DRS, of course, and overtaking is just very hard in the rain. So in the rain it's also actually harder to drive on a limit, and as I'm not super fast, that may have helped me actually. So on to the last difficult braking point. Barely have a reference for it, but taking it once again pretty nicely. So it looks like I'm gonna hold on to the lead. And from now on it's just about getting the power down and into the last turn. And safely through, taking the checker. And this was a very enjoyable race. I hope you liked this as well, and thank you for watching.